CATIA 3D Experience Digitized shape preparation. So let's see how we can work with STL files within 3D Experience. Now I will close this. So I'm going to start a new file. As you can see over here, I will just create a new physical product in this case. Now within this new physical product, we see that this is the mold tooling design, since this was the last workbench that I used. I'm just going to swap over here. So I'm going to go for search. I'm going to type in Digitized. So if you're just going to type in Digi, you're going to see over here, this will be the first workbench. Now, in order to load 3D scans, you will go over here on top on this plus sign. And we have over here import. You can either import CATIA file or digitization files or large digitization files. In this case, STLs will be over here within digitized file. I'm going to click over here, import a file. And now we can see over here that these are the file formats. So we see that we have the possibility to load STL files over here. Keep in mind that other file formats that 3D generative AI tools will generate, such as OBJ, FBX, GLTF, or GLB, will not be available over here. So if you want to work with those within CATIA, you will have to convert them within a file format over here. Mainly STL file will be the desired file format. Now I will select the WOOF. I'm going to hit open. We have over here the file information. So this is the engineering document, which will give the title, the description. I'm just going to hit OK. And now we're going to have that model loaded. Since this STL is roughly around 500 megabytes, it will take a little bit of time for the model to load. But we see that now this is ready. We have over here one object selected. We can also expand this, and we're going to see that this will have the following name. If we would have multiple elements over here, we can also go ahead and we can remove them. But in this case, I'm going to hit OK, and that will now open the import dialog box. We see over here that we have the statistics. In this case, we can also specify the desired scale factor. This will be 1. File unit will be meter. I'm going to hit OK, and we're going to have the model loaded over here. This will again take a little bit of time until the model will be loaded within the viewport. But we see that now CATIA is working on it because we have that waiting cursor and we have the model loaded. Now, some changes from CATIA v5 to 3D Experience. We have this feature, which is mesh preparation. This is actually what used to be the mesh cleaner previously. If I'm going to click on this, this will open the following tab over here. I also need to select an object. In this case will be the STL file within the viewport. And we have the following window appearing over here. Now we also have the information panel over here, which was merged. So it's no longer available separately over here. But we do have this information button over here, which will give us the overall information. As you can see, the file, date created, last modified, the geometry. And as you can see, this will offer the information regarding the overall dimensions. We do have also the volume, the surface, and we see over here that the mesh is closed. We can also enable the statistics. And in this case, we're going to see that this mesh is defined by 10 million triangles. We can also change over here the graphical properties. This is currently set to flat. As you can see, if you look like this, if I'm going to go within smooth, the visualization style over here will change. So I'm just going to zoom in over here on the eye of the WOOF, and let's see, flat will look like this. We're going to see with flat, we see those individual triangles that will define the mesh. If I'm going to go with smooth, they will be visually smoothed. This is the same like within Blender, when you're going to right click on a mesh and you can change the visual style for that. We can also change over here the point colors if you want this to be pickable, and also the edge colors. But in this case, since we have this meshed, as this is an STL, this will be directly loaded as the mesh color. Now, this is the panel for the information. As you can see, I can click over here, OK. And that actually will close the mesh preparation. So keep that in mind that the information section will be a subcategory of the mesh preparation over here. So if I'm going to click over here on check, we're going to see that the mesh checking operation will be in progress. This will take a little bit of time, but now Katia will search for overlapping faces, for non-manifold vertices or edges, or some other inconsistencies within the geometry. This will take a little bit of time. If you follow my channel, you know that I did the same within Katia V5. Mesh cleaner over there work a little bit faster, but we see over here that this also managed to process this. So we have the corrupted triangles. Over here, I have the possibility to hide and show those over here with the I button. I can also navigate. For example, if I'm going to click over here, you're going to see that they will be highlighted like this. So we can also cycle between those. If I'm going to go on to next, we see over here also the location, but usually it's a good idea to zoom in and zoom out. Maybe from that preview, you're not going to see exactly the location. We see those on the bottom section, this one over here. Keep in mind that these are corrupted triangles. So as you can see over here, I can also enable ghost mode. I can also have those displayed, or I can repair the current defect. If I'm going to click over here on the plus button, Katia algorithm will now deal with this in this case. But I can go ahead and I can deal with all of those triangles within the same operation. So it's not mandatory that you will go ahead and will inspect the mesh like this. But keep in mind that you can, especially if you want to analyze the mesh and see exactly where are the problems. It is recommended to go ahead and check those, and after that you can fix them. We see over here that the process for this will take a little bit of time. We do have the waiting cursor, but now that has been done. I can click on this button. This will go further. Actually, we'll cycle to the next problem over here. Now, I can also exit the navigation mode. So this is quite interesting and different from what we have within Katia V5. Over there will just be highlighted with red on the viewport. And we see over here that we can actually go ahead and we can navigate. Now I'm going to check for the non-manifold vertices. And we're going to have them highlighted over here. And as you can see, I have the possibility to either delete the current defect, or I can do the repair. So in this case, I'm going to hit repair. You're going to see again that Katia algorithm will start processing this mesh. So that will work over here locally. It will try to deal with this triangle over here that we see highlighted within yellow. It will take a little bit of time in order to fix these non-manifold vertices. And we see that the problematic vertex will be over here, the one highlighted with a red dot. We have now that being processed. Again, this will take a bit of time, but after that, that will disappear. And again, I have the possibility to move forward to the next one. I can also exit the navigation. And if I want to deal with all of those problems over here, I can just click over here on this button, so all defects, repair all selected defects, and Katia will go ahead and will process this. As you can see, this will be an operation that will have multiple iterations. So this is the first one. And we see over here the repairing of vertices, deleting multiple layers, corrupted triangles, deleted triangles, duplicate triangles, non-manifold edges, non-manifold vertices, just like the one that we previously analyzed. And at the end, it will do a secondary iteration. It will go ahead and we will process everything to make sure that there are no elements that have been added within those screening operations. Because within some cases, if you're just going to run this once, it will then generate by fixing those additional problems that will again require some processing. And we see that this is the third iteration, and after this, the mesh should be well checked and repaired, and we shouldn't have any problems. We see over here that within the same feature over here, we have remeshing, mesh structure, and mesh addition in this case, and triangle optimization. So even though within this workbench, so digitized shape preparation, which is the new digitized shape editor, we don't have that many, let's say, features over here on the bottom. This is the fact that they have been compressed over here and merged together within this tool. For example, this also has the information and also aspects regarding remeshing over here. Now we have those being processed. We see over here that the cleaning operation has been successful. And now I have the possibility to click on OK. So I don't want to do any mesh optimization for this one, even though the mesh over here is defined by 10 million triangles. It will take a little bit of time for this to be processed, but I want to keep it like this, just like within CATIA V5 when I had this converted within a solid CAD model. Okay, so this was the overview regarding mesh preparation, how you will load an STL file within 3DEXPERIENCE. Keep in mind that this type shape preparation will have the functionality from CATIA V5 for Digitized Shape Editor. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're going to see additional 3DEXPERIENCE CATIA over here within my playlist on the left. And if you enjoy this kind of content, you can go to subscribe. You're going to find the button on the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.